Get the Better newsletter. Could have, should have, would have. We all have regrets in life, but none had quite the emotional sting of financial regrets. Why? Money enables us to live more comfortable lives, and when we make a mistake it's almost impossible to fix without going out and earning more money. Also, since many financial decisions are made independently, there's often no one else to blame but ourselves. Financial regrets are like that ex that your family warned you about, but you don't see it. Then 10 years later you look back and you say, "What the heck was I thinking?" says Dean Soukas, CEO of Magilla, a search engine for business and home loans. These are the kinds of things that really keep you up at night, because when your money is gone, it's gone for good. Thankfully, we don't all have to make the same mistakes. Now's your chance to learn from the experts. Point 1. Trusting the wrong people. Some people get into relationships solely because of what they hope to get out of them financially, explains Mayla Garber, tax principal at Anshin Private Client in New York City. Oftentimes, the person won't ask for money in the beginning, so it may seem very innocent, but eventually they reveal the real reason they're in the relationship, while con artists may forge checks and open credit cards in a victim's name. Others will simply ask for money to invest in a new business venture that never goes anywhere, or to pay bills. Individuals who may be especially vulnerable include those who have recently been divorced or widowed. How to prevent it? People have to be more attuned to the new friendships they're forming, Garber explains. If your friends and family comment negatively on the relationship or ask what this new person might be after, that's a red flag, she says. When in doubt, ask trusted loved ones who have known you for 20 years or more what they think. Sometimes, we have to put our feelings aside and listen to things we don't want to hear, Garber says. Get the Better newsletter. Homeownership is one of the best ways to generate wealth for the future, and it's an excellent hedge against inflation, Soukas says. In a normal economy, if you don't buy, you're going to regret it. When you look back at how much you've spent on rent or how much the home you passed up has appreciated, that's when you're going to feel the pain. In addition to lost money, there's the intangible benefit of pride of ownership, and the relief of not having the looming fear of what if the landlord raises the rent, he says. How to prevent it? There's no doubt that home ownership isn't an option for everyone, dependent upon income and debt situations. But buying a home may be more accessible than you think. In many cases, you don't have to put a full 20% down, and your financial planner may be able to put you on a savings path to home ownership that you'll reach quicker than you think. Point 3. Taking on too much student loan debt. According to a recent study by Prudential, the average 2016 college graduate left school with $37,172 in student loans, nearly triple the average 2 decades earlier. The study showed that 44% of graduates with student debt wish they'd saved more, 34% wish they'd worked more to pay for college, and 22% wish they'd chosen a more affordable school. As if the debt weren't bad enough, 2/3 of graduates reported that their debt is an emotional burden that makes them frustrated, anxious, sad or angry when they think about what they spent. 44% of graduates with student debt wish they'd saved more, 34% wish they'd worked more to pay for college, and 22% wish they'd chosen a more affordable school. How to prevent it? Thankfully, the study also looked at ways to alleviate these concerns. Some options include taking a job during school, such as an on-campus position or a position through your school's work-study program, working full-time during the summer, getting on a budget, seeing a financial advisor, and educating yourself via free resources such as the U.S. Department of Education's Federal Student Aid Office. The power of time and compounding earnings from investments is frequently underestimated, says Dodie Crockett, a Dallas-based Merrill Lynch financial advisor. The result is often that more working years are needed to meet the financial goals for family support and a comfortable retirement, she says. Barriers to investing, at any age, include lack of confidence and education, which go hand in hand, Crockett says. A new Merrill Lynch study showed that 41% of women said not investing more is their biggest financial regret, and 61% said they'd rather discuss details about their own debt than talk about their money. How to prevent it? Take the time to educate yourself and meet with a professional, Crockett says. Tax-advantaged savings plans such as IRAs or the 401k offered by an employer are some of the easiest ways to invest. You should always take advantage of a company match when it's offered. 5. Not having a prenuptial agreement. When people go through a divorce, the most common refrain is, "I never thought this would happen to me," Garber says, and as a result, people don't take steps to protect their assets. If you place all your assets into a joint account with your partner or buy a house with that person, then it all becomes joint marital property, Garber explains. If you get a divorce, the other person can take half, despite never doing anything to earn it. Unfortunately, many people are afraid to ask their partner for a prenup, as it may be seen as a cold move. How to prevent it? Get a prenup, obviously. Families with large assets that need protecting, such as a business, may want to start conversations about the necessity of prenups early on, when their children are still in their teens and not in love yet, Garber says. You can make it a family discussion, and say, "When you get married, there's a document you'll need your spouse to sign that will protect our business, so that way your child will know that it's nothing personal against who they marry." With Katherine Tuggle, simple money hacks that'll help you save. And more tips like these. NBC News Better is obsessed with finding easier, healthier and smarter ways to live. Sign up for our newsletter and follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Get the Better newsletter.